Fiddleoot. 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 That's a new word, isn't it?
Fiddleoot, aye.
I fiddled out.
That's it sounds.
Kyle Cardy, evening all. Hope you're well. I thank you for coming in.
Yes.
Look, do you notice something different about us, guys? Not that we're handsome. Well, maybe me, but.
I'm in half a picture.
That's my camera phone, by the way. And the reason it's sitting like this is because we can't really get it into the frame.
Oh, that's right,
If you
aye.
bend your feet out this way,
I'm trying to.
We could have it side on, but it wouldn't let us for some weird reason.
I'm wearing my new hat today.
Look, he's even left his tag on it, see? Yeah, I'm wearing my hat too. Go Scotland! If you want a hat, you have to message me privately and we'll see what we can do. What?
Nothing at all.
What?
Nothing at all. I just like to see the comments afterwards, like, you know, for the
comments will
fans.
start soon. The fans.
Oh, aye.
The fans. Oh, they have people at the old folks' home. Hello, Alan's here. Single man that he is.
And so is Chris.
What?
Well, I'm not going to be greedy, you know.
Wait, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think we can get him a Iron Fire Horse, one of the first members in the room? Thank you. I would just like to thank all the new members that's joined the channel. That's us get 7 new members for the channel.
Excellent.
You know, soon we'll be able to afford Alan's parachuting course, bungee jumping for the Forth Rail Bridge. Oh, I see that day and there's this guy, he's made his own submarine out of an old gas tank to go and see the
really?
Titanic. It's only £50. I was going to get you a ticket.
All right. Well, you shouldn't really bother. You shouldn't spoil me like that, Christopher.
I know,
like, you know.
I know. That was terrible though, wasn't it? I mean,
It
that
was.
that was
It
really
really
bad.
was. Yeah.
You talk about billionaires being mad. You know, hello, Drew. We were going to go today, guys. We were going to go to that special place today, but it's absolutely wild. So we'll either I'm going to go up to the through the week to Lismahago through the week and go to do the graveyards at Lismahago. Hopefully Drew will meet up with me and we'll go there and maybe we'll do that tomorrow if it's nice. But we'll go to the location next week because the weather's changed to get really hot and all that. So what do you think of your hat then?
I think it's absolutely superb, Christopher. Aye. It really suits anybody like
White,
that.
I thought white's a change again. Everybody goes for black and all that, and all different funky colours and stuff like that. But I thought I would go for white. See?
Aye.
Go Scotland. See?
Oh, there you go.
You know. I'm going to be giving one of these away soon. I'm going to be giving one away to some lucky subscriber one night. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of these hats and I'm going to get Drew to sign it, Alan to sign it, and I'll sign it.
Okay.
And it'll be a one-time only giveaway.
Right.
To a lucky subscriber. We'll do it one night when we're live doing a thing, you know. So remember, hit that button and become a member.
Definitely.
You know. What's that? We'll be billionaires and mad, and we are all praying for them. I know it's terrible what happened to them. It is. It's diabolical.
Yep.
Aye, the hats are awesome, aren't they, Iron Fires? You know.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, you should see what else I'm working on. I've got t-shirts coming. I've got key rings coming.
Okay.
Yeah. Parachutes when we're famous, you know.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
busy into that. I was saying, Chris, I want to go bungee jump. I want to go parachuting. Don't make it out that I don't want to. Please make it out that I don't want to. But I really do.
I never said anything like that. But Chris is gone. Hey!
Right, we're drinking our dandelion and
See, I used to be a non-drinker, but with Chris being my pal, I'm now a drinker.
It's dandelion and bird dog.
It's a beginning.
It's the big. What do you mean it's the beginning? I was going to offer you a sweetie.
Well,
Two different
it's
types
alright.
of sweeties today.
Alright, okay.
Right, you've got. Oh, look what I've got here. Dextrose tablets, right?
Oh, yum yum.
You try these guys. These are like things that if Popeye had these, he wouldn't have ate spinach.
Right, I see.
You want them to try? They melt in the mouth. They melt in the mouth really quickly.
Aye.
Honestly, do you know why I want to try them?
No, it's
Amazing.
okay, kids.
Honestly,
I'm
they help.
happy with my
They help with sore
dandelion.
throats and stuff like that because they've got what do you call it? Special. It's got vitamin C and all that in them. Come on, you know you want them. Everybody tell me I have one.
Right, I'll have one. Just one.
Luna
so it's
Rose.
Sunday.
There you go.
Right, okay. Lord Hamilton, the ones I have to put up with Chris.
I can't eat any more than one a week now because of that strong.
Oh, no, that's nice. Yeah.
Who else we got in there?
Dandelion burdock and that. My goodness. I'm on the moon.
Yeah, well, I have got a merch shop, but the hats on there are run about 30 odd quid. And then you've got your delivery on top of that. Whereas these are going for £20. And that's your delivery. But I don't know how, I've no checked with the post office yet to see how much it would cost to send to Canada, Australia or the United States. And each because they're quite light. So I'm betting that about £6 or £7 to send that to the United States.
Oh, would I?
Run about that. I love sweets. That's why I'm a big boy. Look, I love my sweeties too.
I like a sweet and noon again. I'm saying nothing else. It's confectionery. That's that. That's me.
Pair Drew stuck in the house. We couldn't get out ghost hunting.
Alright.
Just sitting there the new. My spirit talker. Well, I don't know if you're sitting there the new. Are you sitting there the new with your spirit talker? And spirits all running about you going, oh, Drew! Drew, look outside, Drew! That kind of thing.
Nice.
Take a swip of that when you go to check. Go on. Keep it in your, keep it in your mouth. Yeah. Take a drink of that.
Oh, aye. Not so bad. It's alright.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a unique taste, that.
He does all these Frankenstein experiments with me. It's terrible.
Aye, but see that, honestly, see that peel that I've just gave you? You'll go up the road and you'll want to hoover the stairs, decorate the kitchen. You'll be running about like Mr. Motivator.
Right.
That kind of thing, you know? Smith Family Paranormal! You know? I'm iron praying for you, Will. What's that? Hey there, Luna Rose. I'm just seeing what you're all saying, guys, because it's quite far away, isn't it? There's my big thumb in the way. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. See, easier.
Yes.
See, yesterday when I was doing a live, I don't have my cat equipment with me to hold the thing because I've turned it into a kind of cat for live streaming. But, you know, we are doing good. It's good to see you guys. I've not seen you for a long time. Don't know what Dakota's up to. I think he's away doing some projects right now. There you go, Alan. If Dandelion and Burdoc's watching, if Bar's watching, we can do the advert for you. Alan drinks Dandelion. What would be your thing? You drink Dandelion and Burdock for what reason?
The taste?
Yeah, which is the taste is it? Dandelion and Burdock.
It's got a lovely love that advertisement for it.
I need to buy more. I need to buy another pallet. You and Drew like drinking it in the motor.
Oh, it's nice, it's refreshing. Mind you like shandy, don't you?
I do, but I only drink that at night.
Ah, see.
I only drink that at night in a glass full of ice.
All right, okay, okay.
You know?
Oh, well. Oh,
I'm actually putting together a wee video, actually, guys. If MD's want to become a guest on the show on Go Squad Scotland on a Friday night,
yep,
to message me, you know. I was going to ask Dave Schrader, but Dave Schrader's awfully busy now because he's away to some battleship thing or something.
Yep. Nice.
Sit that man over there, but then can't see the chat then, can I know?
That's right, aye. That's better now.
Yeah, you can see my what do you call it, my smart one.
That's right. That's smart.
You can see the back of it.
That's right.
There's hey Smith, fairy godmother. There's the fairy godmother. You want a wish? What's that? Hey, I stay in Douglas enjoying the content. Very good. You stay in Douglas? Whereabouts in Douglas? Because we're in Douglas right now. We're sitting down at the pond.
You mean Douglas Isle of Man?
No, it's nice Douglas Village.
All right. Used to me. I didn't get them.
Well, there's no many folk left in Douglas, that's the thing. There's about...
Oh, because you've chased them all out.
I can. My name, I am an original.
God.
I go back in this village to a long time. My family date back to hundreds of years ago.
Oh, aye.
Yeah. Surprised they were building a monument to us. The Shankleys playing football. You know? Well, I've got a monument actually. I'm no Shankly, by the way. I've got the last name Mould, but that my grandfather's cousin was the man Shankly that played football.
Uh-huh.
So there you go. Main Street. Whereabouts in the Main Street? You're no better, are you, in the Cross Keys? If you are, I want to talk to you about doing a live stream in the pub.
Pie, microwave pie, chips, and everything.
Does he have
else.
microwave in there?
Oh, it should have.
I've been in the Cross Keys for about 6 years.
Oh, he must have a cooker.
I
of
like
some
playing
sort.
pool. I've got a thing about playing pool.
Right.
Near the butcher.
You know for the shop, are you?
What shop?
McCall's.
No, there's no house above the McCall's. And it's no McCall's anymore, it's Morrison's that's taken
Oh,
over.
it could be Carl McMullen.
I don't know.
There's somebody in that vicinity. It could be Mr. Monroe. I don't know.
You got me intrigued. Who are you? Go and tell us your first name. You don't tell us your last name. You got me intrigued. Who are you?
It's Mr.
I mean, near the butchers? Is it the... Come down the new if you want. You can join the live.
Yeah. You can have a share of Christopher's dandelion and burdock.
I don't want
If
any.
I-
That's
if
clever
I've
when
any
I'm drinking
left.
the can. I'm intrigued who that person is. Nope. Opposite the butcher. Opposite the butcher. We'll get the hairdressers.
Aye, that house.
No, there's the house next door to the hairdressers.
Aye, so it's that house downstairs and upstairs.
Aye, that one, that used to be the co-op, didn't it? That used to be the co-op. That actually used to be a shop, that house.
That's right.
And Kelly. You talking about the hairdressers? You talking about the hairdressers? Get the hairdressers, by the way. I've got no need to go to the hairdressers, as one can tell, unless you do eyebrows. What do you mean? What? Alan might go, he's got one beer that he folds across every day, you know.
I beg your pardon.
Number 27, I don't really know them, well, I know the main. Here's an interesting fact for you, whoever you are. See James Gavin's monument? There used to be a house there, right? And see where the fireplace is? My grandmother lived in that house before it was torn down. She used to sit at that fire, and she used to cook her dinner on that fire.
All right.
So that's how far my family go back. Because I've got photos of that house inside it and all that kind of stuff. Is that a camera for the rear? Well, what it is right, what it is I've got this car that I came with didn't have a reversing camera. So I got a smart mirror. Here, I'll show you what it's. I'll need to put the ignition on to show you, right? But look, right, so you're drinking too much there. It's a smart mirror, right? It's a smart mirror. So watch this. I need to start the engine. And you'll see it light up. Only half of it lights up. See it light up?
Aye.
So that's the front windscreen, right? So that's the front, but it goes off and you can see it in it. But it's a reversing camera because I put a camera at the back of the car. See, there's the back of the car. See?
Nice.
At the back shows where I can see. That's what that is. Right? I fitted that myself. I got it for Amazon. I got it for Amazon. That's what that is.
Right.
Oh, sorry. It's fiddly. My phone's fiddly. Aye, I might put the pictures up of that place actually if I can find them somewhere in the distance, because I've got that many photos of Douglas Main Street. I have got photos of Douglas Main Street dating back to the very first photography, probably by the 18-somethings. So there you go, you know. But aye, that's what that is. It's a reversing camera, and it's a, you know, what's that? Was thinking of getting one for. Aye, they're brilliant. They're so easy to fit. It took me about. I put a 64 gig card in it. So it's right. See, it's got a Mercury switch inside it, right? So see if somebody pulls out in front of me, it automatically takes a picture of their number plate, and it automatically, what do you call it, saves the image, right? And it's the same for the back too. Plus, what's really good about it, see if you're in your house and you think there's somebody at your car, you can turn on your phone and you can have a look round about the perimeter of your car. If anybody touches your car, it's sensitivity. There's cameras at that side too and that side too, but I've not got them on now. They're on when the car's locked up. So if anybody touches my car, it takes a picture, a 360 picture around the car, and they're screwed because I've got them.
Right.
You know. They're no that was only 40 quid, and I've had that for 3 years. You can probably get a better one now with GPS and all that.
Yep.
You know.
That's a trick though.
Brilliant. You should put a picture. Again, I can't try to think who Kelly is.
I don't know, Christopher. I haven't a clue.
How long have you stayed in the village for? You know, you've stayed here. You were born here, weren't you?
I was.
He was born here. I'm for Douglas, but I was born at the Wylam Smiley in Lanark. And then I was brought home, obviously. But my mum was born here. And God, here's the rain. And my mum was born here. And my dad was born in Douglas Water. And then all my grandmothers and grandfathers and all that, they all came from here. Security to have someone letting air out of my tyres. Aye, well, you can buy locking air caps, didn't you? You can buy locking air caps for your.
That's right. I've seen them. Yep.
I've got to say, I take them off because see if you lose the key, you can't get them off.
That's it.
You can't get them off, right? But see, that's what you should do. Aye. It is a nice wee village, Douglas. It is a nice wee village, and it's an old village. A lot of people don't realise the history this place has got. You know, it's. I mean, where I'm sitting now used to be where the tanks get serviced. A lot of folk don't know that. At the pond where I'm sitting now, because it's not on the public highway, it's off road. It's in a field kind of thing. But anyway, it's quite rough when you drive down here. You have to watch. But anyway, it's what do you call it? It's off road here.
Yep.
And it's not part of the public highway, so you can come down here and you can learn to drive or whatever, you know what I mean, because it's not part of the public highway. And because a lot of folk do that, didn't they? They come down here and learn to drive. But anyway, the tanks used to be, when World War II, when the tanks were stored here, I've got a photo, right? I'll maybe put it up in Ghost Squad Scotland. And all behind me is all like sheds. See up the back for me, it's like sheds. And inside it is all the Sherman tanks getting serviced. Because what they did is the railway track up the top, they were brought back from Normandy with the invasion, damaged, and then they were brought down here. They were jet washed here because they had to wash all the mud and that off them, and then they were taken up there to repaired, and then were put back in a train and sent back to the war. So there you go. Alan's going to drive it. I don't know if I'd let him drive my motor, to be purely honest with you. Hey, you're not driving Victoria.
Victoria?
That's her name. It's a Vauxhall Mariva that I drive, right? I know it's an old person's car and it's got the suicide doors on it. And if you're wondering what the suicide doors is, it's car door. My car doors at the front open like normal car doors, right? But at the back they don't. They open the opposite way.
Right.
It's an old person's car, but again, something that does me, it's the command module for going ghost hunting.
Does that mean you're getting older?
Oh, I'm getting older. I feel like I'm getting older. I'm 42 nearly. Mind you, you're older than me. You're nearly 60.
I'm like I'm in 56.
Yeah. Fairies channel, what is YouTube? Foxy things, what's that? Fairies channel. If you see like to go to walks, aye. There you go.
Ah, well.
What?
What? I'm saying nothing.
Look at everybody, they're wearing their hats. And we're going up in the world here. We're going up in the world.
Yes. Going up in the world.
tell you
Visible
something.
Man.
I tell you, I think they're high quality hats, them. Because I've had this one on new all week, and it's actually, it's got a waterproof coating on it. When you get it, it comes with like a kind of weird kind of stuff on it.
Aye, Bobby, sorry, coating.
Aye,
Should
you
be
know.
able.
We're actually looking to take people ghost hunting with us. Maybe some subscribers. We don't have many subscribers at Steer Nears except for Kelly, obviously. Which we've got somebody in the village that actually watches us, you know.
Well, there you
Douglas, somebody actually, my God.
I know.
Training.
My goodness, Christopher. My goodness.
God.
Oh no. Oh,
Well, can you imagine being out ghost hunting and that? Looking for the ghosts and ghouls, you know?
Aye, come back all ringing out like. Have to ring yourself in through yourself.
What's that? Put posters up. I was going to make stickers actually. Stick them onto all the vehicles and stuff like that. You know? There's some really interesting places because I was going to do a special for Halloween at an abandoned mansion. We know where that is, didn't we?
Oh,
We can't tell you its location. And we were going to take somebody with us. One of our subscribers or one of our guests, you know, and you never know.
Aye. Yeah.
Alan needs somebody that'll be locked in with him, you know. Don't want him to be in there a cell with a box of Tonic Steve cakes.
They won't last any time at all.
I know the Tonic Steve cakes
Oh,
won't last
no,
long enough.
no,
The wee aluminium balls lying everywhere.
That's
He
right.
sits there and he goes, then goes, ding. I bet your brother's watching this now. I bet your brother Brett's watching this now. He's sitting there with his smartphone watching us.
Oh,
Two
it's-
idiots.
oh aye, he
Problem
loves it.
sash.
Yeah, oh aye, aye, aye,
You know?
aye. He loves it. He
Choose it.
loves it.
What you got? And remember, if you want to become a member, it's only $1.99. Our members are going up and up and up, which I find really interesting. YouTube maybe takes a bloody pound. But there you go, that's YouTube. You know? What?
Nothing, nothing at all. I said absolutely nothing.
What?
It's inflation, isn't it?
As inflation, the price of everything's going up. You know? But I'm looking forward, hopefully next week, we'll be going to that kirk, the Devil's Kirk.
Oh, nice.
One of the most haunted graveyards in the world. More haunted than Greyfriars.
Oh my goodness. Heck, my Bob.
What do you mean? You're the one that's going in first.
Aye.
Get that dandelion and burdock's awfully good. You ever tasted the dandelion and burdock you get in the glass bottles? You buy it in Tesco's.
I haven't done that yet. No.
And it's like, it's got right sugar, it's got full sugar, right? It's like Coca-Cola, it's like full sugar and it's awfully good. Roll each other's bones, exactly, roll each other's bones in the chat. Thanks, Drew. No shows for Building Bonkers tonight because Dakota's away. He's away getting a hair transplant.
Really?
It's a joke, I'm sorry, Dakota. I tell you, I was playing the Xbox last night with my chums,
Oh, aye.
and they're like, where's Dakota the Night? I says, he's away getting a hair transplant, they'll believe. I'm sorry,
Oh.
Dakota. It's a joke, look at me, I'm going over like nothing.
Ah, well, it's high blood pressure and guilty complex and everything.
It's alright,
else.
he'll get me back, I can't even. But no, he's away doing his videos and stuff.
Oh, right, okay.
He's actually quite an interesting person, Dakota. He actually does a lot of interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's probably watching us the news thinking, I'm going to get that bugger for saying I'm getting a hair transplant. Yeah.
Oh, I'd laugh my head off when the fist comes right through the screen and grab you. Got you.
It's like Kelly, Kinder to 8 years full of that.
You seen an orb in the car?
Oh, there's hunters in here.
Oh, God, aye.
The spirits are everywhere.
Aye. No, it's just no whiskey tea.
There is a lot of like spirits in here and all that. I think they follow me about. It's bloody tea, you know. What's this in the chat? What he's all going on about? Perhaps you're full of it, Kelly. What's this he's talking about? That's interesting. Your little friend popped in. Your little friend popped in. ORB? What are they going on about?
There must be an Orbis. They've picked up something from the camera.
Aye, Dakota is a joke with Dakota.
Oh, it's great. He was named after a plane.
We wouldn't be called Bald and Bonkers if we had hair.
Well, what can I say?
You know?
Mm-hmm.
You know? You know, he's Dakota's actually quite a busy person. He's got a lot of things on the go. He's got a lot of the alien stuff in that I don't really go into on this channel, but he's got a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting.
You know? He does quite a lot of stuff. Quite a lot of interesting stuff that he does actually, you know? So, better see when he does, you know? I think he's away somewhere. He was away at a baseball game or something through the week or something like that.
All right.
Because it'll be the 4th of July soon.
That's right, aye. A couple of days for the new.
Oh, right, Iron Fire Horse. Aye. Kelly, okay. So there you go. In case it doesn't get like you scroll back the chat. Well, it does let you scroll back the chat.
All right.
I know. Just think, Drew, you could have been out in that rain the new, ghost hunting. I could have signed the command vehicle.
Me and Gina would be all wet and soggy like for you. Right?
What?
You'd have tied us to the back of the car to drive about 60 mile an hour to dry us off at the end of it.
Ah, well,
Oh, well, you know.
I could have sat in the water, you know.
You are sitting in the car, you're driving the car at 60 mile an hour. We're getting tried at the back. Aye. Oh, I'll be sweating that day, I'll tell you.
Look at this. Guys, it steams up in here now. Open the door, shut it again.
Tina Turner's on your steamy windows.
Is Tina Turner not dead now?
She is, aye, but she's
She's with us in spirit.
definitely.
She's with us in spirit.
Aye.
What's that? Is the logo... Or is that stuck on, I think? It's stuck on, but it's got a kind of coating on it. It's quite good. I went to get it embroidered on, but you're talking about £35 per hat for embroidered.
Oh, right, I see what you mean. I'd leave you in stitches, Chris.
Okay, I mean, it's a lot better like this, okay, I mean.
Aye, I'll peel off better.
Exactly. Remember, hit that thumbs up, guys, you know.
I know that smell, that Colgate smell, Chris boy.
I've got my teeth are nice and white.
Yes.
I look after my teeth.
I bet you do.
I was at the dentist the other day. They were giving me a rub because I was cleaning them too much.
Oh my goodness.
They tell you to clean your teeth and then you clean them and then you give you a rub for fucking cleaning them too much.
Okay, you know, just clean them in the morning and the evening, that's it.
I do it 3 times a day.
Oh my goodness.
The embroidered ones are 35 on Mercer. Exactly. And then you've got your posting on top of that. And if you were buying that for the United States, oh my, I went to order a Bald and Bonkers one that was embroidered in the United States. And I had to take it out of my basket because it was going to cost me £65 to get it sent here. That's with the hat.
Right, okay. You can afford that, Chris, can't you?
No really, I'm poor. You know, that's why I buy the sugar free. So you didn't realise that's sugar free, didn't you?
Oh, it's sugar free, aye.
Aye, sugar free.
Right. No sweetness for you, boy.
My baseball caps from JDS don't cost that. I will get what I mean, but these are like, what do you call it, ones that are painted. And I think 20 quid for one of these hats is quite good, actually, to be purely honest with you. You know? Oh! Oh, so you're Kelly?
Kelly, yeah. Number 27 is
Really? I didn't know that. Just gives us a minute. It's one of Kelly's just come up. Kelly's just come up. Just gives us a sec, guys. So I didn't know. So how long have you stayed in Douglas for?
2019, but I watched the house 10 years ago when it was derelict. Came and limited it and and then that mad South African man bought it.
Yes. What was it sold? Was that sold?
Yeah, he bought it. Hang on. It's shit down all the time. It's not even rain, is it? It's hail. If it excuse the accent, I spent a lot of time in England.
That's all right. It's all right. This place considered run with English at one point, you know.
My family are from
Hmm.
Once I got married and then had children, I wasn't going to bring them up in
So
England.
there you go, look guys, there's Kelly for the chat.
This is the weird person.
See, these are the people you meet when you're out,
Well, I
and
could have
about.
walked, but given the way.
So, what made you come here?
What, to Douglas?
Yes.
Well, I first saw the house when it was derelict and it went up for auction 10 years ago, more than that now, I think.
Aye.
And when it had no walls and no windows.
It used to be a shop at one point.
I was talking to Walter Wally. from the
Yeah.
Butchers, and many a story, obviously.
Oh, aye, there's a lot of stories
Yeah,
for
I'm
that
not
place.
missing the whistling in the morning.
Aye, there's a lot of places that's a shame the Butchers isn't what it used to be anymore because
They're
they
nice
two were
people,
they were awful
taking it
good.
over.
Aye,
But yeah,
yeah,
the Browns were good.
aye, it's got a lot of history, Douglas. I mean, Douglas is. I'll set this here so as everybody can see.
Nice
It's a. There you go, guys. There's she's there. But Douglas has got a lot of really interesting
I
places.
just keep finding more stuff.
I mean,
I found a lot.
this is a tank bay. That a lot of people don't know this.
What this is? I just thought it was
That's
a
why it's a
fishing
concrete-
place
no.
where my dad goes fishing.
Before all of this, there was a building down there at the corner, and it was a big pump, and it sucked the water up, and the tanks were brought up here, and they were jet washed.
I have to tell my husband that. He's going to think that's brilliant.
The big Sherman tanks, and they would
Most
come
of
in
the
here.
walking stuff is him, by the way. I'm because you,
Oh, sorry.
I'm autistic, so I'm a
Right.
bit weird.
That's all right. So we're all weird or not. But there was stables over there too. The stables were over there, and then you've
Hence
the
the name.
tracks up there, and the tanks come down here, and then they were rolled up here, and they were all damaged. And you should have seen it, guys. There, I've got photos somewhere. I've got some in my phone, but it would mean turning my phone
Yeah.
off to show you. But up the back was where they were all serviced. You know the man that stays up there is called Gebel. He works for the estate.
Right.
His dad, his father, worked in the coal mines down here. But he was in World War II. He's 90. What is he? 96 now or something.
Yep.
And he can remember the tanks coming along here getting serviced and getting
Yeah.
repaired. And that hill over there with all the sheep, I'll show everybody what we're talking about. That hill over there with all the sheep, that's where all the tanks were kept.
It's a one-on-one.
Aye. So everybody's wondering what we're talking about. We're talking about this area here, guys. It's obviously you've got the lake and you've got everything in here.
Yeah, it's horrible living here.
And then you've got the castle away down in the... it's beautiful sitting here, I must admit.
My
But-
parents stayed at Otlockham for a little while, and
Ah,
I brought
Otlockham.
them down here. And my dad just went, "Do you know what? F Otlockham, this is real."
Aye,
So they moved in over the road.
I've stood here all my days. It's kind of like, and so is Alan. I mean,
Yep,
we went
yep,
to school at the primary here, and as I said, I was born at the William Smiley in Atlantic.
I was unfortunate enough to be stuck down in England for a long time.
My brothers, I've got two other brothers. Drew, which watches my stuff sometimes, and then I've got my brother Gordon, which is the oldest. They were born in the hospital out there, but just before I was born, they stopped births out there,
Oh,
and I
right.
had to go to Lanark. So I'm still a Douglas person, but I was just where I was born. But my gran lived in that house where James Gavin's monument is.
That's
And she would
brilliant.
sit at that fire and she would, because she used to tell us, in the days, they used to sit and cook their meals there.
My son calls it Douglas's garden.
Yes,
Because the guy's ears off.
because this cave is actually outside the Douglas village. It's actually still, you can still get to the cave if you
Brilliant.
know where it is.
About the furthest I've managed to get is to the other side of the gardens,
Yeah?
because we've got a whippet and she just dies once you get that far.
Yeah.
So and I'm not picking her up because she's cross with her.
Now, well, I've got my collie sitting in the back.
I'm only here for the dog.
That's Jessie. Jessie's sitting in
That's
the
what
back there.
my
She's a
my
good
husband
dog.
said, "You're not going up to talk to them. You're going to go and talk to the dog."
Aye, she likes it down here because there's a lot of like, rabbits and stuff like that.
Can't let Lola off. She's got
And-
no recall.
Aye, it's a very beautiful place. I mean, they were playing ice curling on that, and which is
I've seen it frozen and curling on it. Was it last year or the year before?
it's actually see the history of this place. This history has got history. It goes all the way back, really far, especially
I
with
got
that
here
church
just
up there.
before lockdown, August 2019, and I was so happy to be here for lockdown. It made such a difference.
I spend most of my time up in the woods up the back because there's waterfalls up there,
It's beautiful here.
and there's waterfalls, and then there's all the bluebells that grow, but you have to walk all the way up the back.
Yeah. I just keep finding stuff.
There's loads of stuff. There's if
I
you
have to
came
take
to.
the Jack Russell if I want to go for a long walk, because like the other one just gives
You've
up.
been up to the old Cold War bunker that's up there.
Not yet, no.
It's just up next to the. There's a see the house outside there. His name's Lindsay Addison. Stays in it. His wife works in the doctors, just straight across from it, you'll see a kind of penned off bit, and that was a Cold War bunker. That was, and inside it was in case there was a nuclear war. Might need it soon, actually. But it's all flooded now with water. But it's actually, there's a lot of interesting
Given the way
things.
the world's going, maybe we should bail it out.
It's no that. The Douglas Skies is so interesting. The history of this village it dates away
Should
back.
do a second channel with the history bits on.
Aye, but it's. I mean, the castle down there was built what, 13th, 14th century.
Yep.
But before that, there was 3 castles there. There was 3 castles there. You obviously had Castle Danger. Before that, there was like a fort of some kind, and then you had the Castle Dangerous itself, which fell into disrepair, and had a moat and everything. And then they built the new one for the Lord and all that. And it's a shame. There's so much history, and it's like everything else. It's
I'm
dying
hoping-
out.
I've got an issue with the south of Scotland in that we're kind of like an undiscovered beauty. And
It's
I've
like
got,
Moffat,
there's a
you
bit
got
of
me
me
having
that
this-
likes, I've been to Moffat quite a lot. I have friends who live there. But I kind of like that a lot of people don't know, so we don't get overloaded. So my family's from Fife, and it's a nightmare. Further up you go, we lived in Blairgowrie when we first came up, and it's just, there's just tourists everywhere, and some are lovely and a lot of them are very destructive.
Aye, that you get that down here, and I will say this, and to anybody that does this, and people in the chat will probably back me up in this. I go up the Manic Pass. You ever go up the Manic Pass?
Just because there's supermarkets down the bottom in Sanko.
And you see the amount of rubbish that's lying up there that people like. It's the disposable e-cigarettes that I
Used to
keep
drive
finding lying
through-
everywhere.
Decade ago now, used to drive through and you'd just be like, I wonder if someone's abandoned that tent. I wonder who's in there. I hope nobody's dead. And you just drive along and they'd
Aye.
just be like, and they'd light fires even though there's all the signs saying don't light fires. You just get
That
so cross.
I do like what the estate's doing down here now. The estate's actually taking interest in the estate now. His name's Wayne, the head gardener.
Yeah,
Looks
no,
at it as Wayne. Aye.
And what he's done up there is quite
Well-
some, one man in a chainsaw.
And what he's done with that old ice house too. I've done the video, guys. Check that out. The
I've
ice
seen
house.
that.
And he actually let me take me into it, and I was the first person to do a video in there. I mean, all the stones that were in there were probably me when I was a kid, because I used to roll tyres and everything into that.
It's amazing though, isn't it?
But there's one over there too.
There's
There's,
got to be at least 2 because of the size of the building, but there's probably like 4 or 5 lurking
there's
around.
6 ice
Really?
houses, and I know exactly what every one of them is. There's the
Probably
one
best not
across
to
the
share
bridge.
that online.
There's the one across the bridge. There's the one over there next to the gasworks. Right, that's a big one. You see where the monument is?
Mhm.
There's one underneath that.
Yeah, you'd need that many for that big a
There's
building.
one at the back of the castle, and you can still get to it. If don't go in it, guys, please be careful. Please be very careful.
Yeah, so you need to get sued.
And there's one up the very back, Fizz, right up the back, but it's filled in now.
So why the paranormal?
Oh, the paranormal.
Because I used to lecture on Harry Price.
I know who that is.
Harry Price is great. I'd have given him a knighthood. He was complete shit. Sorry, pardon my French.
But the paranormal, I've always been into paranormal. I'm also a host of a radio station called Bald and Bonkers. Has a sense of saying that my co-host is away getting a hair transplant. It's a joke. We all joke with each other because we're all bald and we're bonkers. And on that, I've met some amazing people. I've met Dave Schrader for the Hosel Files. I've met Barry Fitzgerald for Ghost Hunters International. He's on my friends list. They're all on my friends list. I've got what's that? Neil Story. He's absolutely amazing. He's an author.
Yeah.
He comes on our show quite regularly, and everybody in that chat knows Neil Story. He's like Victorian. He knows like Jack the Ripper stories, and he's in Help My Home Is Haunted.
Oh, right.
You know who I'm talking about? He was in the new episode. He's got a kind of funny looking moustache. The last one he was in, he was stood next to a steam train.
You can't look worse than Ron Hutton.
I know. No, he's actually
Ron
really.
Hutton's lovely.
He's probably watching this tonight. And he's probably in the chat, but he doesn't speak much because I kind of watches my stuff.
Trust
The
me,
same with Dave Schrader.
Trust me,
He
I
watches-
know Ron Hutton, and Ron Hutton is a lovely man. Very druidic, very
Yes.
earth-based. But he's also as mad as a box of frogs.
Oh, aye. They're all most of them are.
And the last time I saw him, I just got a look. Hello. Sorry, dogs are more interested in you. That's the autism. Very
But
easy distracted squirrel.
I do Bald and Bonkers, but that's the main show. That's the day on a Saturday and Sunday, but obviously we're off this weekend. And I get to meet amazing people. I had I've met a lot of people in the UFO world. I mean, we've got like ones coming up that I can't talk about on here that are right top
Yeah.
people, and I'm not allowed to talk about it until we know they're coming. And I get to talk to these people, and I get to meet them, and they're so interesting. There's one of them that I might be getting to meet soon, and it's Dr. Stephen Greer. And I know people that are actually friends with him. Yeah, and it's
Connections are good.
the connection. I've got the connections with the UF Dakota, the one that owns Baldwin Bonkers. He has got all the connections with the big people. Like he does all that. He's the main guy that does the UFO stuff. I'm mere ghost stuff. I'm mere paranormal ghost stuff and that. He's mere alien stuff. The alien stuff is fascinating. I mean, it's really fascinating what's coming out
now.
now.
Was what got me into it. It was Harry Price. I found out about Harry Price and started in the way that autistic people do, doing mass
Yeah.
research, and I ended up giving lectures on him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was reprehensible in a lot of ways, but he knew a lot of his stuff.
See, the thing is that it's quite interesting, the paranormal world. I mean, I know that extraterrestrials exist, right? That's why I don't really focus on the fact that.
It'd be amazing if
aliens.
there wasn't anything out there, would it not?
Oh, there's definitely
Do you know,
there's definitely.
looking
They're
at the
watching
human
us.
race, would you honestly think we're it?
To be purely honest with you,
No.
all the people I know, all the top UFO people I know, including how Dakota knows the other ones and stuff like that, they're watching us. They're watching us, and they're afraid that we do stuff that we shouldn't. Especially with nuclear weapons and stuff like that.
I always think the second coming is going to be a bit of a letdown for him.
But it's I think, see, in the next couple of months, guys, and this is something I want you to look up, in the next couple of months, stuff's going to come out that's going to change everything for everybody forever.
There was a big announcement made by a guy at NASA, wasn't there?
Yeah, there were the fossil
If you go
blowers.
on YouTube on the Y-Files, there's a guy who does like backstage stuff, and he's analysing the speech that a guy in America gave quite recently.
Yeah.
Talking about various extraterrestrials.
Oh, they're among us. They're all running. They're all running about us
and
right now.
stuff they're releasing, but they're keeping it very, very on
Yeah,
the down low.
they have to start coming out with it now because it's
It's a
getting to the
massive shock
point.
if they let it all go out.
It'll all be out within 6 months.
Yeah, but it'd be chaos, won't it? Let's be fair.
I don't think it'll be chaos to a certain extent. I think that there's a lot of people out there, there's like people in the chat and that. I think we're at a kind of evolution now that the humans can. I think if it happened years ago, like maybe like 10, 20 years ago, it would have been people committing suicide, mass suicide. We know what happened with the other,
yeah,
right?
Stargate.
Yeah, we know when the comet was, you know that, what happened
Yeah.
with the comet that was coming in, the attained mass
Oh,
suicide, the
God,
Heaven's
yeah.
Gate and stuff like that. That, I don't think will happen now because of social media and because of technology now and everything's getting seen. This is what a lot of people, I don't usually go into the UFO stuff with Ghost Squad Scotland, but I will say this, that they've been here for a long time. They've been here before we've been here.
Yeah, there's the Silurian argument, isn't there?
That-
I think all the teenage boys are just wanting eccentric Columbus, you know.
They're- See, that's what. See,
this
this is what everybody hopes for. They hope that they'll come down and they'll give us technology that'll cure everything, right?
Can't see it happening.
It'll no happen now. It'll happen maybe in 10 or 20 years' time. They're not going to give us this technology.
I don't think we're ready for anything like that.
We're not ready for anything
that.
like that. What the world is, and this is what I've heard in the grapevine from Dr. Stephen Greer and other kind of people and stuff like that, that the world gives technology that'll help us clean our planet up.
That'd be helpful. That'd be good.
But, and get rid of nuclear stuff and all that kind of stuff. But we have to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
It'll be 1,000 years before we're travelling anywhere. It'll be a long time, 100 years from
the
now.
human race is largely a waste of air. And I am one.
It's the human race. There's a lot in the human race that are good.
You see, people are lovely, but peoples in crowds tend to be stupid.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's like what's going on in the world now. I mean, the society the new is, oh my god, I just don't even talk about the subject because society news just went mad, and maybe we'll grow out of that. I don't
I
know.
thought we were, and now we're not.
It's
I think I lay a lot of it at Trump though, because I think he was always there, but he stuck his head above the parapet
He-
and was
Yeah,
truly horrible, and everyone else thought, oh, good, I can do that too now.
see. The thing
He
is,
drained the swamp. They're all there flapping about. You can see.
oh,
Right.
I will say this: the world's in a terrible state, right? Everybody knows that the world's in a terrible state, but we just need to pray that and hope that things get better. But that's why the paranormal's quite interesting, because
It'd be nice to learn from it.
it's I've met people, psychics, that are absolutely amazing. They can tell you anything, and there's no way they could tell things, because there's things that there's things that I've been told. There's like some of them that are actually in the chat that'll be watching this. There's one of them. His name's Danny. He's absolutely amazing. He's chasing
I'd
bones
like to meet a
inspectors.
real one. I've met several.
Oh,
fakes.
Danny
I
that
lost
comes.
my
He's
daughter
amazing.
23 years ago,
Yeah.
and the amount of people that have told me absolute rubbish.
I
what
friend me on
happened and stuff.
Facebook. Friend me on Facebook, and I'll give you a woman's channel to go and watch, right? And her name's Lisa Fry, and she's a really good friend of mine. She's American. She owns
I've
like a
got
ranch
one,
and
Heather
stuff.
Hanlon, recommend her to anybody who's very good.
I've heard
But
that
she's-
name.
Yeah, well, she now unfortunately lives in the Midlands because she got married and moved, but she was staying in Les Mahago, and she and
Yeah.
I are good friends, and she's golden, but she's the only person I've ever met who's not talked rubbish to me.
Aye, look,
Not that I don't
you're
believe
going to
in
get
them.
it. You're going to get fakes out there. You're going to get it. See, especially with the UFO world, you're going to get fakers. I have came across them. I've came across, because by Bald and Bonkers and that, we get a lot of guests on and that, and I get a lot of folk messaging me saying, "Oh, I'm a psychic. Can I come on your show and talk about it?" And then I
I'm
go
not
and look
asking
at them.
for an
Aye.
invite for anything.
See when somebody comes to the show and says, "Oh, I'm a psychic and I can do this and I can do that." No, there's
Sounds like you.
I've been told stuff that's totally, absolutely, completely wrong. There's a lot of people in that chat right now. There's one. There's PWI spiritual investigator. She's off again. She can see spirits and stuff like that. She is off again. There's a lot of people in there right now that are absolutely outstanding, right? And that's what you get in this field, in the paranormal field. See a lot of the wee
I'm
channels.
always dubious with the really rich ones.
Oh,
You
I
know?
c- you have to be
Famous.
in my situation, because I do podcasts and that. I have to be very careful what I say, right? Especially live now, right?
Yeah,
Because I obviously I can folk that fake things and stuff like that, and I think it's terrible. But there's nothing you can do. I support real people.
Are you allowed to speak?
He
Oh,
speaks
I'm
now and again.
okay. Aye. I just do that to the
Aye,
people,
he's-
the invisible.
Yeah,
he's the cameraman.
guest, like, you know, invisible man. Aye, I'm here. Aye, oh, aye.
So see
I
you on the
believe it.
video,
I
you
believe
don't
in it
say
all.
much, saying that you have a very good presenting style.
Oh, it's excellent. Like, aye. I always keep them. You know, if they say so, I always, I see it, Christopher, like one way or another, like that. You know, I always keep them in
He's
check.
got the patter though, isn't he?
Oh, aye,
Yeah,
as
but
aye,
radio show
oh, aye.
host.
I think you're very, you're very entertaining.
Mr.
You know, you
TV
turn some
media
people on
here.
and you want to kill
Tell me.
yourself by the end of the video because what they're saying is fascinating, but the way that they're saying it is just.
Aye, I will say this. I've interviewed a lot of people that I feel like throwing myself out the window after I've interviewed them, because I interviewed a group once, and this is years ago, well, a year ago, and oh my god, it was like taking blood for a stone. I was trying everything to get them to smile, and everything. Well, they looked like they'd just been brought out the mortuary. They were just sitting there. Like that.
Fair enough.
You have to be like this. You have to have the patter to.
Yeah, got it.
You have to have the patter. You admit it, guys, in the chat.
I have days where I don't want to talk to anyone, so that went really well. You
It's-
just got me today. Was a good day.
It's see the spiritual world and stuff like that, especially Douglas. There's a lot of places you can go and experience things if
There's a
you're
lot of
careful.
history here. It's got to have left impacts.
There's a lot. There's graves all around about us. This was battlefields. That pond there, that pond. I call it a pond because it's always been a pond. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's a lake." There's a lot of incomers coming into the village and like, "Oh, yes, it's a lake." It's not a lake. It's a pond. A lake's Loch Lomond, right? That's a pond.
Also very nice.
Yeah, it's got nice water lilies up
Oh,
there.
I just got married. That's lovely.
But it's there's places you can go to experience these things, but I would be very careful. And I would say that there's people in the chat. There's like white witches and stuff like that are in the chat there. That just be very, very careful where you go, because you can bring things back with you. I mean, be very careful. You know.
So that's a mad person I know in Australia.
Oh.
She's going to bed.
But it's just be careful when you go. I'll tell you a place to go. Go to Carmichael House.
Yeah, see, I couldn't find it. I took my son up there and everything, and was trying to work out which way to walk to it. And by the time I'd managed to work out that you have to sort of go around the back of the lawn.
I'm going to mute this for a quick second because I've got my spies out there that watch my channel and stuff that went to Ken where the Carmichael House is. But just give 2 seconds and I'll tell you what it is.
Sorry.
I've got, I'm letting my secrets go, guys. I can't tell you where these places are. You know, but it's because I've got a lot of people that try and punch and stuff like that.
It's a great place.
It is a great place, and it's one of the most active places in Scotland. Birkwood's an interesting place.
Oh my God, aye.
That's fallen down since.
Oh, aye.
You know, 'cause when I first came back down the country, that was still mostly standing. And then they had someone to go over and they neglected it and bits of it fell over.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the scaffolding went up and another bit fell over.
If you're wanting somebody to watch about Birkwood, and it's the best bit, there's somebody in the chat there, her name's Andrina, and she's called for Drew's Paranormal Abandoned Vlog. She stays at Lismahago. Go to her, friend me on Facebook and I will send you her links to her channel. And she's like a white witch and she does all the kind of Wicca stuff and all that. She lives right next to it, and she'll, if you want to message her on Facebook, she'll tell you everything about it. I ken about it, but she kens everything a lot more about it. So you're better getting it for Andrina. But if you're watching, I'll send you the message obviously. But that place it's sad. Because there's a lot of trapped
they were talking
souls.
about doing that like a hotel.
No,
they were never going to do it.
It's sad because there is a lot of trapped souls there, and it's
got to be. I mean, it was a home, it was a family home, and then it was an asylum.
It was an asylum, and there was things went on there that.
Yeah, of course.
As we know what happened in the early 60s and 70s and stuff like that, when people were looked after. I mean, people like people like us that are kind of slightly different, because I can, and people like us that would have ended up in places like that.
I'm well aware I would have been
there. That's the thing, right? And it's sad. It really is sad, but there is a lot of other places to go. There's really interesting places. Where's that place? What's that place we went to? Oh, where is it? That graveyard.
There's one we've been at in Muirkirk. We've been to that one.
Where's that? There's loads of wee graveyards round about that are creepy.
It's a really nice graveyard down in Dumfries way. Before you get to the castle, on the road down to Dumfries, you go off and up a hill, and it's got a tomb in it, isn't it? You can get the back of the church.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
That's for the Covenant. That's an amazing place, but God, it feels weird.
We were at Covington Castle 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you've checked one of my videos out. That place is interesting.
That's like
so
Andrew
Knights Templars and bloody Masons graveyard.
Yeah, that church is the back of it's like a set out like a Masons thing, but it wasn't that. It was the back of the. You go around the back of the church, and there's all the Covenanters' graves and stuff, and it's almost like trying to walk through a crowd. It's really weird feeling there.
Because
and I have absolutely no psychic ability. I'm not even off tune radio. It's just that you could feel.
I can tell you the history of that place. I found out.
Some unhappy souls there.
Yes, I found out for that place for research because I did look at the review, the live last Friday.
It starts with a D, doesn't it?
And it was, there was a chapel there that got destroyed because of battling. There was a motor in that place, but there's mass graves all around about there. Dead English soldiers and dead Scottish soldiers. And this is going back all the way to the 12th century. But before that, it was a swampland. See, before agriculture and tractors and machinery could pump water and stuff like that, it was just a marshland with a wee island in the middle and a castle there, and a turret. And it was heavily defended. But actually, if you go and watch Drew's Abandoned Paranormal, she did it. She crossed a soul. She crossed somebody out. There was a wee lassie there, and she crossed her out. And see when she started doing the prayer, the atmosphere just totally changed. The wind got up. See when we walked out, it just died away back down again. And that was obviously whoever it was coming to like take them. And watch her videos because she's off the gad. And she,
Oh, a
Gina's off the
bang
gad,
absolute bang one. Yep.
she's actually got a wee online shop where she sells like crystals and kind of potions and kind of stuff like that. If you're into that kind of thing. So there you go.
Mute it a minute.
Then I'll just have to mute it for 10 seconds. Mute microphone.
Yeah, so
But
I'm retired.
honestly-
So, but I don't share that with a lot of people.
If you want, I can introduce you to them because they're very interesting in what they do.
Yeah.
I don't go down that road
No, I'm
because
solitary now, so
I don't go down that road, but I find it very intriguing and very interesting, and the stuff that they do is absolutely fantastic. I mean, stuff that they do because it's all good, obviously.
yeah,
can't
no,
I
I'm
mean,
solitary practitioner now, so but she would know what that meant.
because Judan there would know what that means. But well, I want to just share that because they're into that
They're
kind
all
of stuff.
dying off.
See, it's sad because a lot of round
Well,
about
the
here
old
was
school
the
are
witch
gone.
trials and stuff like that.
Margaret Danny Thanet, who's very experienced and very well known down there, she's going. She's 90 now. They're
There's-
all going.
See, Douglas, see, it was Les Mahago actually, is where the lot of witch trials was. And obviously, the olden days. And
You should reinstall the ducking chair. That could be quite fun.
I know,
Well,
I
if we ever
put
get
some,
any
put some
again.
bloody folk in it that I can.
Quite the people actually
I'm not.
putting in there, but
But it's honestly, if you friend me on Facebook,
Yeah, I'll do
I'll
that.
do it after. I'll just be on. Listen, guys, I'm going to end this live now, but just time for a minute and I'll talk to you. Thank you everybody for coming, and Drew and Gina will contact you with
sorry
something.
to interrupt.
And no, it's absolutely fine. So everybody, take care. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you all soon. Catch you later. It's just my
Bye.
phone's about to die. That's all.